Andrew for life.
This ain't no
Yo.
game. Swing the weed mix God.
Got my USA hat on.
Hey.
Alright, I don't even know what that was about. Listen, guys. Russia has declared war on Ukraine, okay? And shit's popping off. I want to show people where this shit's popping off because I am American and I'm stupid. So I figured, you know what? I was never even taught this. Like, let me just show people where in the world this shit is. I took this quiz a bunch. I kind of know where most of these places are. It helped me out a lot online. It's called onlinesatera.com. So I'll just put a link to this quiz if anybody wants to like educate themselves on basic geography. Yeah, but moving forward. So Putin has declared war, guys. So this is Russia. This is Mongolia. See, this is Russia, okay? And this huge chunk of Asia and some of Europe, right? So there's a lot going on here. And Russia, you see how big they are. Like, look how, I didn't even know this till I took this quiz. Look how massive Russia is, right? So Russia is huge, and they have a big nuclear, presence. They have a big military force. They probably obviously have, like, Navy and air strikers and all sorts of, like, crazy shit. And if you don't know, there's a section in Russia where there's a bunch of mountains. I think it's over here. And there's just endless resources of energy there, and so Russia is very energy abundant, and they are very resourceful, and they have, like, they're not a joke, and they've come a long way in the last 20 years as well. So Russia's pretty scary, you guys. It's not a force to be reckoned with, okay? But then you come over here to, this is where Ukraine is, right? And you see how tipsy tiny Ukraine is. See how massive Russia is, okay? I mean, this is crazy. Like, Russia's just going to take over, and they're going to try to take over, like, I believe, like, Lithuania and other places, some of these smaller places that aren't, I guess, in the major countries quiz, but, little smaller countries over here, all these guys are fucked too, because right here is Poland, if you don't know. So it goes Spain, France, Germany, Poland. Okay? So Poland's right there. I believe... let me see it. Is Poland part of NATO? Okay. Yes. Okay. I guess so. So yeah, if they fuck with Poland, that's what's gonna set off World War III. Does that make sense? Peru. So I was hoping to get lucky, and I should have done this before. Anyways, guys, Russia, Ukraine, Poland. Okay, that's kind of what's happening. That's what you need to understand. So it's all right here. Okay, so here's the U.S., right? Mexico, Canada, the Kingdom of Denmark, so Greenland and Iceland. Then we have South America, where Brazil is. Then we have all these African countries, okay? Australia. So look, it's the U.S., essentially, Canada, possibly Brazil, Australia, though, for sure, I feel like. France, Spain, France, maybe even Germany. That'd be great. Poland, Norway, Sweden, Finland would probably be on our side. Against Russia, China. And we'd probably have Indonesia's help or India's help or whoever this is. No, this is Indonesia. This is India. And, I mean, look, guys, if South America and Africa... I don't know how legitimate any of their armies are or anything, but, I mean, they'd have to help us because China and Russia would be trying to take over the world. And eventually, I think Russia would just backstab China if they can or could, if it's possible, This is just a mess. So listen, guys, World War III, I don't know if that's happening or if we're close to that. or if this is just Russia being aggressive and then they're going to die down. No one knows at this point, but we do know that Russia's being hella aggressive, dropping bombs on Ukraine. Ukraine soldiers are fighting for their life as we speak. So this is crazy. These, Lithuania and other small countries around there are in trouble as well. So, and then just so we're clear, guys, there was two factions in Ukraine that wanted to be part of Russia, right? So those factions did get swept up by Putin before they attacked, I think, is how this all went down. So, not all of Ukraine citizens necessarily are dying and fighting for their lives, but Ukraine wanted to be independent. And so, this is kind of what the result of this is, though, is that a big fish came and ate a smaller fish. I mean, it's fucked up, and I personally think if America, depending on what we... See, this is another thing. America keeps their military secrets from the citizens, so it's like, I can't sit here and make a truly educated and informed opinion on what we should do, right? But if our military knows something that we don't, maybe there's technology, nuclear bombs, certain types of bombs, hydrogen bombs that we just don't, the public isn't even aware of necessarily, or something, like if we just know we have the military power to stop Russia, we should. But if we don't know, okay, we're doing the right thing by not getting involved. Do you understand? Like, if some guy has a fucking time machine in the military, we don't know about it, okay, bet, then we're in the wrong. We should go over there, reverse time, get Ukraine citizens out, do something different, right? But basically, we can't do shit, I mean, and obviously, if it comes to the U.S. fighting for our lives, I think, Russia may or may not win that. Like, I would have to bet on America because I live in America and I'm biased, of course. But, Russia, there's a reason they, haven't taken us out yet. And there's a reason, they're starting with a smaller country trying to expand, like Ukraine, that wants to be independent, that isn't with NATO. And, they're only sending probably 25-30% of their army force down there, and Ukraine citizens are all the army, everyone's just gonna die or flee. So just be aware of all this stuff, guys. It's good to be educated on general news, general geography, and I'll put this link down below once again. And yeah, just be careful out there. Go USA. Putin's bad. He's messing up. He's doing crazy stuff. World War III imminent. No, not really. I don't want to freak anyone out. Because there's probably a bunch of people saying World War III, World War III. Just understand that it all depends on how far Putin and Russia are willing to advance, and it all depends on how far they are. And in my opinion, the most realistic scenario is it pretty much depends on whether or not they attack Poland. So we'll see. But right now, we are not in World War III, and no one should be panicking and stuff. It's just good information to be aware of, definitely, because if Russia does go into Poland or something, that's very scary. So just be aware, guys. Putin, NATO broke a contract with him, and he feels like he has the right from his perspective, but obviously it's never right to kill people, from my perspective. Putin probably thinks this is all okay and shit. And maybe Putin is just doing this because NATO broke the contract, and so maybe he's just gonna stop. But obviously that's the hope, because no one wants to go to World War III. And then the fears that he does just go right there into Poland. You guys see how close the two are, right? So, anyways, be careful, be safe, be educated, guys. Definitely get other sources from information, get more people who are educated. But, I just try to present shit and let people know. Also, Putin, by the way, I just want to throw this in there. Putin looks like a fucking... What does he look like? He looks like a daggum... like an old weird sloth. And I've always thought he looked so weird. some sort of orangutan sloth hybrid in the face and sort of body. Like, he just looks so fucking weird and mad all the time. I mean, I'm sure that's how he's portrayed, you know, for sure. Okay, hold on, let's see. Oh, there's his smile. He kind of looks like a James Bond villain, like hardcore as fuck. Like, Putin is so villainous looking, right? He's got such big caves for his big ass eyeballs, or little beady eyes, but he's got big ass bone like caves for his eye structure. Just a weird curvature to his face. Anyways, fuck Putin. He's an idiot. I hope things go well for us, America. So, America, woo! Like, subscribe. Thank you. Peace.